Time for actor-splaining. We're breaking down the acting terms you need to know to sound like a pro and not like an amateur. Think you've got it all figured out? Think again. Even professional actors can still make these mistakes. So let's save you from future embarrassment. Amateur hour is officially over.
Oh my God!
Coming up are the most commonly misused and misunderstood industry terms,
So needed.
plus the biggest resume mistakes actors keep making. And what actually belongs on your resume, and what doesn't.
Question. Do your friends ever have a conversation and you just nod along even though you're not really sure what they're talking about?
Learn the language that'll make you stand out to casting directors, agents, and producers alike. One word that instantly makes casting directors cringe? Some actors say it all the time without realizing it, and it could be making you sound like a total newbie. Any guesses? Here's a hint. It's something every actor wants to happen, but when they describe it wrong, it's a dead giveaway they're inexperienced.
I got a huge audition for tomorrow.
Still stuck? Imagine this. You finally land a role in a film. You're thrilled. You post about it. But then, bam! Every industry pro sees this one little mistake, and now you look unprofessional. That mistake? Saying, I was casted, instead of, I was cast.
I ever was cast in, which is a film called Lions for Lamb.
Yeah, casted isn't even a real word. It's not in the dictionary as proper English. The correct past tense of cast is just cast.
It's like, Dad, I've just been cast in Star Wars, and he was just like, oh my God! You are in Star Wars?
So, you were cast in a film. Not casted. Say it right, and you'll sound like a pro, even if you're not one yet. What's the biggest recurring mistake you might be making as an actor? Bad headshots? Overacting? Messing up your slate? Nope. It's something sneakier. And the craziest part? It's hiding in plain sight, on your resume, your posts, even your emails to casting directors. Alright, here it is. One of the biggest mistakes actors make. Saying reoccurring instead of recurring. Sounds small, right? But if you list reoccurring role on your resume, it's a red flag. It makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. Recurring means you appear in multiple episodes of a show. Reoccurring just means something happens again, randomly. Like that one audition you bombed, and keep replaying in your head. Casting directors notice these details, and trust me, you don't want to stand out for the wrong reason. Especially if you're going for that lead role. Your acting resume isn't just a list. It's your professional credibility on a page. So what terms should and should not be on your resume? And I hope it doesn't look like you're lying about your acting credits. You might not even realize you're doing it.
Stop you right there, okay? First, you lied, right? Then, you lied about lying, okay? Then, you lied about lying about lying, okay? So before you lie about lying about lying about lying about lying... Stop lying!
Don't be a catfish. If you're listing your TV and film roles wrong, you could come off as stretching the truth. Think it's no big deal?
Whatever.
Think again. Getting it wrong could cost you opportunities. Let's find out how to fix this mistake. For film, there are only two categories. Lead. You're the star, driving the entire story. Supporting. You're important, but you're not the focus. For TV, things are a bit more detailed with three categories. Series regular. You're a main cast member, appearing in multiple episodes with a contractual agreement. Guest star. A more significant role, often with more screen time and depth than a co-star. Co-star. A smaller role, often just a scene or two, interacting with the lead but not stealing the spotlight. If you've appeared in several episodes, you might be tempted to use recurring, but only if it fits. Don't just throw it on there. This term should only apply to co-star or guest star roles. Get your credits right. Now what's the principal mistake that could get you called out in the casting office? Hint? It's a spelling error that could totally ruin your resume. Ever heard of getting called down to the principal's office? Well, that's how you can remember this one. If you're listed as principal on your commercial resume, it means you had a significant speaking role, not just background or featured extra. But here's the kicker. Most actors mess it up by spelling it wrong. Do you know what's off? It's principle, P-A-L, not principle, P-L-E, which means a belief or rule. They sound exactly the same, but only one belongs on your acting resume. And remember, principle is used for commercial credits, not TV, film, or theater roles. Subscribe to avoid principle mistakes like this. Get it right, and your resume will instantly look more legit. Another resume red flag? What's out of character for your resume? You might be making this mistake without even realizing it. This is one blunder casting directors spot right away. Could it be you? Let's find out. In film, TV, and commercials, you never use character names to describe your role. Instead, it's lead, supporting, co-star, guest star, series regular, or principal. But the character name? That's for one category only. Any guesses? You only use character names for theater roles. Whether it's Romeo and Juliet or a smaller, lesser-known play. Casting directors know the size of the role by the character's name in that world. For film and TV, casting doesn't know your role's size just by hearing the character name. They need context, like lead or supporting, to understand how big the role you were playing in that particular project. So show your true character. Actors, are you making this extra mistake? It's a common one, and it could be holding you back. What's one thing that instantly gives away an amateur resume? If it's on IMDb.com, the Internet Movie Database, it might already be too late. Extras, aka background actors, help make scenes feel real. Important? Yes. Acting? Not quite. No speaking lines, no defined character. So what's the mistake? Listing extra work on your professional resume or IMDb. Professional productions don't add background work, and you shouldn't either. The general rule is if it's not in the credits, it doesn't belong on your resume. Otherwise, it just tells industry pros you haven't done any real acting yet. And here's the kicker. Once it's on IMDb, it's nearly impossible to remove. Some actors have been trying to erase their extra credits since the 70s. Want to book real roles? Keep extra work off your acting resume. The one exception: if you want more background jobs, create a separate resume just for that. Here's a term that even some professional actors use, but shouldn't because it makes you sound like a complete beginner. Try to keep it out of your vocabulary. There are casting directors and talent agents, but can you guess what there is no such thing as? A casting agent.
I will never forget this casting agent told me. So needed.
Yes, even pros sometimes slip up and use this term. But watch out for people who call themselves this, as they either don't know any better or they might be up to a scam. Find out more about the people who can help, or hurt, your career by watching 15 acting terms that could save your career, and save your money. Want more acting terminology that you need to know? Hit subscribe if you're ready to become a movie star.